are warriors, changing our world day by day. The way of the drifts are warriors, can't rely on the bank, there's no way.
Good morning, Bix Weir, roadrunner.com with your morning horn of Z's, your sip of chaga coffee. I don't even know what is real anymore in the United States, what is fake, what is important. Everything has changed. They're lying. I'm one of those guys who now, unfortunately, because of the way our media and our controllers and our country has been going, one of those guys who says the very first thing I think when something big happens that changes our society is it was done on purpose. It's a FF. And those of you who know what FF is or don't, let me write it down for you. Because they'll probably ding me anyway. That's what an FF is. From now on, it will be continually known as an FF. Yeah, all kinds of stuff coming out pisses me off that the consequences of FFs are obvious. Those are real. The FF itself is bullshit. But this is the world we live in. It's the world we've been living in for a hell of a long time. When you control the media, that's why that song "They" is so important to me. When you control the media, that's when you can do anything you want. You can tell the world anything you want. You can even tell the world, hey, we just launched 2 guys into space on top of a ballistic missile. Is it true or is it not? What's true and what's not in the world, I have no idea, but my first inclination is saying it's fake until proven true. I'm not going to talk. Yesterday I posted a video called Let the Wild Rumpus Begin. It's at the very beginning of the roadrunner.com page. Go check it out. But this latest one, now I have a pair of night vision goggles. They're Russian PV3, something like that. But it allows you to see things at night, see all the spacecraft that are flying around in our upper orbit. And I've seen squadrons, I've seen wing craft, I've seen the cigar-shaped craft. So I am absolutely, I know, because personal experience, that there is a different world going on while we sit here and twiddle our thumbs on planet Earth and are being led around by the media. Why, I would say, why are we putting people on a big hunk of fuel and shooting them into space when we've had the technology with anti-gravitics to go into space anytime we want? It's anti-gravity that makes that happen. It's just stupid to put someone on a rocket. So if this was true or if it was not, we'll never know. Clearly we haven't gone to the moon in 50 years. Why? Because they lost all the mathematics. It's just stupid. It's just stupid what the excuses are. Yes, it was cool to see this happen. Let's take a look at it again. 3, SpaceX makes history 2, with a successful 1, rocket 0. Launch. Ignition. Liftoff. And look at that. There's a huge rocket that's taken off from the ground. All that fuel.
Perfect in Florida.
When we have the technology to use none of that fuel.
And into space history.
Why would they do that? They wouldn't. They wouldn't risk 2 people's lives on one of those rockets.
Capsules show the 2 astronauts, Bob
but
Beacon
hey,
and Doug
whatever.
Hurley, strapped
whatever you want to believe.
Safe to guess.
I think there's a simulation room. But hey, that's all right. I think the funniest thing,
liftoff,
which I will play right here, this was the live feed. Check this out.
Guidance.
Now this is just when the big part, the Falcon, the rocket booster is going to land in the middle of the ocean on this pad. This is the big thing we want to watch, right? The big thing. Watch what happens.
And back throttle step.
We are coming up 25 seconds or so away from SECO, or second engine cutoff.
This is also the point where Bob and Doug are experiencing their highest G-force. We're seeing the counter tick up to right about
Shannon.
1.8.
Copy, Shannon.
You heard Shannon, so that just means they're in their final abort zones. If they were to abort at this point, it would either be an abort to orbit or to land off the coast of Ireland. Standing by for second cutoff confirmation.
MVAC throttle step. MVAC shut down.
There's all the nerds. Yeah, I got face masks.
Confirmation of SECO's second engine cutoff.
Here we go.
Now we are waiting for our first stage to make its way to our drone ship. Of course, I still love you.
Dragon SpaceX nominal orbital insertion.
Confirmation nominal orbital insertion.
Nominal orbital insertion.
And what you're seeing on your screen is a live view of our drone ship, where our first stage will be coming down. Looks like we lost that live view, but we'll wait for confirmation of that landing shortly here.
Falcon 9 first stage successfully landed.
And there you can see on your screen.
Are you kidding me?
Falcon 9 has landed.
Are you kidding me? The video cuts out right before, and hey, that's probably the most exciting thing besides the launch. Hey, look, we're on the ship, no problem. Cut, screen 3. Oh my God. One of my favorite videos. Now this is the supposed landing. Looks more CGI to me. This is taken from far away. This is what was supposed to have happened. Easy peasy. Look at that. Well, that's what happened. Where's all that smoke in that video? Where's all that smoke in that video? It wasn't there. Oh my God. It's so sad. This cracks me up. The SpaceX failure compilation. Look out!
Most space organizations, government or commercial, have set their sights too low. They've really got both.
It is insane what we're told to believe. From space launches to FFs. I can't even say it. That's how sad it is in social media these days. No, do not. How dare you question the official story? Don't question the official story. Never question the official story. Let's talk about the official story of gold. My contention for a very long time is that there are millions of tons of gold out there that you're not being told about. And that's the biggest cover-up in human history of the financial world and all the wars and lives and things that have been started and destroyed because they're trying to cover up the reality. There's massive amounts of gold. Millions of tons of gold out there. Millions of tons of gold. Now, everybody's all freaked out. They're like, oh my God, where's all this gold coming from that is filling up the ETFs and the warehouses right now? Basically, supposedly, according to Ted Butler, who knows a hell of a lot more than anybody else out there on metals manipulation, he thinks that the DOJ and the CFTC are requiring that the paper gold players prove that these are legitimate shorts they have. Prove that all the gold is in the gold ETF and the silver is in the silver ETF. So here we have, 2 months ago when the market was in a state of near total chaos as a result of the sudden collapse in gold supply chains, global supply chains due to the hasty coronavirus lockdown, one market that saw unprecedented turmoil was the physical gold market. As we pointed out in late March, due to a sudden breakdown of physical gold supply as the world's top gold refiners, those located in southern Swiss town of Tenico, namely Valicambi, Pamp, Agor Harris, suddenly stopped producing gold. The result was a record divergence in the price of spot gold versus the futures contracts. And we all know about this. I talked about it many times. There's the spot gold price versus the futures. This is all games. the spot gold is ridiculous. They call the spot gold price the price in London. London price has nothing to do with spot gold. The resulting divergence in gold futures versus spot, as traders are willing to pay buyers to store oil. Oh, okay, they go into the oil market. The flows into New York are unprecedented. Alan Finn, the global commodities director, logistics and security provider, Al-Qamat, told Bloomberg as his company's teams in New York have been working 24 hours a day to cope with unprecedented demand for physical gold while navigating lockdowns. Since March, no less than 550 tons of gold, worth $30 billion in today's price, roughly equal to global mine output for the period, have been added to the COMEX stockpiles. Hundreds of tons of that was imported. On its own, that amount of gold would represent the 11th largest sovereign holding, larger than ECB's official 504 tons of gold. These amounts of gold are just stupidly ridiculous. They found billions and billions of ounces of gold in the Grand Canyon in 1909-19. I've done plenty of research on it. Go look up Grand Canyon on Road to Ruta, and you'll find everything you want. So these numbers are complete lies. The United States probably has the most. Massive hoards of gold at Chocolate Mountain, in the military range, in the Grand Canyon that Woodrow Wilson cut off. You're not allowed to go anywhere in the Grand Canyon except on their 10, 20 little paths. You stray off the path, the military stops you. There's a military base within the Grand Canyon. I have a very trusted source who has been there and has been held there for a while as well. And seen things that you don't want to know. That's the problem. Everybody lies to us. We live in a land of lies. And we're supposed to go about our business. Tired of going about the business. Let's live in a land of truth. What do you think? Anyway, COMEX gold inventory monthly change. Look at that. Look at that chart. Look at that. Crazy. The monthly change. Look at the last 2 months. 550 tons of gold. It's ridiculous and stupid. It's all ridiculous. But it is what it is. Again, we live in this crazy land that we allow to happen. Now, you might say, what about the silver? The silver ETF, SLV, had a huge jump over the last few months. And everybody's like, where's that coming from? Ted Butler figured it out. Of the 1 billion ounces of physical silver that JP Morgan has, they have leased out that silver. 100 million ounces of silver has been leased out by JP Morgan. To who? Who's the counterparty? Not SLV. Remember, JP Morgan is the custodian of SLV. They leased it out to the bullion banks. So basically, it's another 100,000 net short position because they got to pay that back. JP Morgan still gets the upside if you're on the leasing. It's a term lease, 8 months, whatever the term is. Banks are falling like flies as far as hundreds of millions of dollars in losses. And they will continue until this ridiculous game is over. And yes, I partially blame the good guys, as they call them, for not taking out the bad guys long ago. Now it's the latest is riots. Completely contrived and an FF. But that doesn't mean that people don't get riled up and go out because CNN told them to. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Free at last, free at last. We're paying people to riot now. We are paying people to riot. I don't know what's happening to America. All I know is if you want to protect yourself from these criminals, from the chaos, the best thing you can do is get your assets out of their game. Take possession of your own metal. Take possession of your own cryptos. Buy a lot of guns, apparently. Welcome to year 0, my friends. On the other note, U.S. judge orders 15 banks to face big investors' currency rigging lawsuit. This is the big guys versus the big guys. A U.S. judge on Thursday said institutional investors, including BlackRock and Alliance Pacific Investment Management Co., can pursue much of their lawsuit, accusing 15 major banks of rigging prices in the $6.6 trillion a day foreign exchange market. Okay, so you got BlackRock suing the banks. Who's going to sue BlackRock? They're just as much of a rigger in gold and silver. Massive, one of the biggest players, money riggers in gold and silver. Somebody needs to sue BlackRock, but it's got to be big guys because you need big money suing big money for anything to ever happen. But yes, the whole thing is a fraud. Our whole financial system is a fraud. That's why I'm a huge advocate of letting it crash. Let the derivative bubble blow. Don't bail anybody out. Why? Because we have to get rid of it. It's all a fraud, 100%. And until truth and honesty come back, we're screwed. This is the big change that we need to implement. We need a truthful system, an honest system. Yes, the cryptos can provide that. The blockchain is an honesty machine. Not all of them. But it can go a long way in rebuilding trust because you don't have to trust anybody with a crypto market. Well, I take that back. You can't trust the crypto exchanges, but you can trust the blockchain. We need to get rid of these exchanges, the criminal exchanges, Binance, Coinbase, Gemini, Kraken, and we need to implement exchanges that we don't have to trust anybody. We can use Veritasium for that. That's what Reggie was doing before the SEC and the criminals behind the SEC came in and stopped him. Or we can go to decentralized exchanges. Anything that doesn't require people is what we should do. People fuck things up. People are the problem. Give them an inch, they take a mile. Especially Soros and friends who are behind all these riots. I'm livid. But this is the road. It's not the destination, it's the journey, right? This is the world we signed up to live in, and this is what we're living in. So my job, that I feel my job is to spread the word that it's all fake. And in order to move forward in peace and harmony and everything the left wants, everything the right wants, all we got to do is start with honesty. And honesty has nothing to do with what you see on TV, who's behind all these riots, who's behind the financial manipulation. Yes, Trump is 100% manipulating the markets, just like Obama did and Bush did, and all of them did, going way back to early 1900s. But it really kicked in with Alan Greenspan's computer programs he wrote in the 1960s. It implemented in the 1970s with Arthur Burns, the head of the Federal Reserve. Ever since then, nothing has been freely traded. Nothing. And if it is freely traded, they throw in JP Morgan to come save the day. They did it in natural gas, they did it in energy, they did it in everything. Who was the only banker for Bernie Madoff? Only had one banker in a $50 billion Ponzi scheme. Know your customer? JP Morgan. Who had to approve every deal? Jamie Dimon. Will we see the rest of Jamie Dimon in my lifetime? I hope so. Because that'll go a long way. The system's on the brink. This is our year, 2020. Everything crashes and we do not go back to what we had. That's the key. We cannot go back to what we have. It's going to crash. Nobody has any jobs anymore. All the jobs are being destroyed. All the businesses are being destroyed. I got a text from my friend Andy Scheckman. Let me read you what he said. If you want silver, by the way, Andy@milesfranklin.com. He sent me a video of Minneapolis where he grew up. Literally the day after, everything's burned down. He said, this is the heart of uptown Minneapolis. One of the neatest areas in Minneapolis. They say 90% of the people arrested are from out of town. I grew up 1 mile away. I spent most of my teenage years blanking around right there. My buddy in Fargo just called me. The downtown is being looted and set ablaze. In Fargo of all places. I heard a Mercedes dealership in Oakland was just burned down. Yeah, I saw that on the news. I know that. We go shopping right next to it. This Sprouts place. I don't do it. That's the healthy stuff that Amy gets. Love to talk silver again when you're ready. Stay safe. Good man, Andy Scheckman. But yeah, it's happening everywhere, and it's all based on this false narrative, this FF, that we're been shoved down our throat. Let's put the bad guys in jail. Let's put people who break law in jail. I don't care if they're the president or not. If Trump did something illegal, he should go to jail. If Obama did something illegal, he should go to jail. If the Bush criminal family did something bad, they should go to jail. And don't tell me, it'd be too disruptive. Mr. Barr, disruptive is what we are living in right now. You cannot build a great country on lies. You cannot build a great country by having people walk around free who committed heinous crimes and continue to this day. Good guys, it's time to pull the plug on the bad guys. You got all the information. You have all the records of the NSA that has every single phone call of the people who orchestrated this FF. And email and tweet. Anyway, there's your Sunday discussion. This is Bix. Hey, if you guys like Road to Ruta, go to roadtoruta.com. Put your name in on the left side. Name and email address, and I send out emails almost daily. About daily. Work never stops around here. Amy's like, you're going to have to stop working. We need to take a vacation. I go, where are we going to go? I don't have my RV yet because Theta has been dropping. Theta's a long-term hold, my friends. I know a lot of you got in and, when we're screaming about it, under $10, you're going to be, it's just like Bitcoin. You got to earn it. So I don't know where it's going to go low, but how low can it be manipulated? It can be manipulated to zero, just like every other crypto, just like every stock bond. And it can go negative. Everybody used to laugh at me that I used to say, yeah, silver can go negative. That's how much rigging power they have. And everybody laughed at me until they saw oil go minus $40. Oh, Bix, but that's a storage thing. Oh, yeah? How much does it cost to store silver? You can invent any freaking reason you want. The real reason was they weren't trading oil. They're trading oil derivatives. They're not trading silver. They're trading silver derivatives. Yes, silver can go minus $40 as well. It's a con. The whole thing is a con. It's time to wake up. That's all I got for today. You guys, thank you for all you new subscribers to Road to Ruta. We should be done mailing all the new membership, the Theta tokens, and the Silver Ruta coins. Again, we are running out of the Silver Ruta coins. It's still available right now. It'll be a sharp sudden stop, and then we're going to run some other promotion. So maybe start Ruta coins up at some time. The problem with doing it now is it will take me a month to get these coins. I don't think silver is going to be this low for a month, so I'd rather be invested in physical silver myself than get a whole bunch of coins that I won't be able to give out with a membership because they'll be too valuable. Something to that effect is why we're going to stop silver coins for a little while. And then we'll figure out what to do after that. Maybe make a 1/10 of an ounce silver coin we give away for, and they do that. They could do that. 1/10 of an ounce coin, Road to Ruta coin is probably what I'll do. I just thought of that. We'll have to make new dies for the. I love the design though. I can't change the design. I just love it so much. There's Ruta jumping up and down on a silver brick road, the Cave of Gold in the Grand Canyon, the Federal Reserve. All, if you don't know what all this means, go to roadtoruta.com and just go through the archives, please. There's so much free stuff. And join the 1-year membership. You get all that. And 10 Theta Fuel. Remember, Theta and Theta Fuel are going to be monsters. According to everything I have researched, according to the necessity of them as a decentralized 5G relay point. Everybody and their mother is going to have Theta built into their TV. And today you can buy Theta for 26 cents, 27 cents. I did the same thing with Bitcoin. I remember when Bitcoin was $200, I'm giving 1/10 of a Bitcoin away, 0.1 Bitcoin. I'm saying, this is the greatest membership ever. And the people who join have 1/10 of a Bitcoin now, which is $900, $950. I haven't looked at Bitcoin today. But yes, Bitcoin is going to $100,000 probably this year. It's going to take chaos between now and then. I don't know if it'll go down to 3,000 first before it hits, or down to zero, or down to negative. Because all the exchanges are fake. It all comes back to truth. If we want a land of the free, home of the brave, we have to insist and demand that truth be told. And those who are lying to us need to be taken out and showed for the fraud they are, especially when it comes to inciting riots. Bix Weir. I'll talk to you guys later.